Hi, this is Christina.
And this is Alondra.
And welcome to
Unleashing the Best You.
And we're so excited to see you here again.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to talk about how to be humble.
Ooh.
Yes, humility is
topic.
Seriously, it's such a nice and refreshing thing to have. Seeing people that are humble, where you don't think you're better than anyone else, or you don't think you're below anyone else, but you just see the human beings as loved and important, and see each and every person as valuable. Because if I look to myself and I see myself as valuable, then I'm going to look to others and see you're a valuable human being. So no matter what ethnicity, no matter what status, no matter where you grew up, no matter where you're from, no matter your education, no matter your level of, what you've worked and achieved, we can still see each other as valuable human beings and honor and respect one another.
Right.
And just be humble. It's so nice to see celebrities and people who are high status, but they still treat people with decency and honor and a human being. They don't think of them as, I'm better than you, or because it's just nice to see them humble, because we all started from humble beginnings. I didn't create where I was born. I didn't choose to be born. I was so thankful to God that He created me. What an opportunity it is to do life and just be here and be breathing and just in any opportunity.
Wow.
So it's just so nice to just be humble with one another, humble with yourselves, and not think of myself too highly and not think of myself too lowly either. If someone is homeless, I'm not going to judge that person and be thinking, oh, why didn't you get a job? Why aren't you working? Just the whole atmosphere of pretentiousness and just arrogance and pride, that's not the best version of yourself.
No.
The best version of yourself is being humble. You can still have all the success and everything you want in this life, but it's nice to have humility and treat others the way you want to be treated and see others that way, not as objects or property or things that are movable. It's just so nice to see one another in this humility light, because our God is a God where He's a King of Kings and has all the glory and gold and everything in this earth, and He humbled Himself and came to this earth. Can you imagine? Like, what king does that?
King.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No one with that high authority and status would ever humble themselves. So being humble is just an attractive quality to have, because it's hard to find that in life.
Oh, wow. So true. Being in that humble state, and we're not saying, because people think that humility is a negative character trait. And it's really not a negative character trait. Being humble, and because you're making millions, or because you have a $30 million home, now you're going to look down on someone else, and now you're going to see them in a different perspective, rather than taking a step back and just you don't have to invite them to dinner, but I'm just saying, just being humble, allowing yourself to really respect one another, and not showing that, oh, because I have a Gucci bag and you don't, now you're different than me. No, the same blood that rose Jesus from the dead lives inside of you, lives inside of me, lives inside of Christina. And just because I'm making more or Christina's making more, there's no reason why we should be at conflict with one another, and her almost patronizing me for not having what she has, or vice versa, I patronize her for not having what. And it's just so interesting, because today's society, we do that on social media. We compare, we don't take back a step and just say, not in a physical way, but I'm saying in like a mental way, we need to humble ourselves. We need to humble ourselves to knowing that even though this person might be more talented, might be more attractive, that's good to recognize that. That's fine, but don't put yourself down either. But also, if the person's a little bit more, it looks different than you don't have to be arrogant about it and not be in humility And humility just goes a long way with everything that you do, with what you stand for. Even like today's billionaires, they have simple shirts. They're not flashy. They're not wearing, you know, designer brands. And I'm sure it is, but it's on the inside. It's on the inside of their shirt. It's the same thing with you. It should be on the inside rather than trying to be flashy and then be empty inside. There's no condemnation if you like designer things. I'm not saying don't, because I mean, I really like nice stuff. Christina, do you like nice stuff?
Yes, of course.
You know,
Bougie, nice things.
we love, you know, going on a helicopter, having, going on a yacht, having amazing breakfast or dinner at great places. But because you're not able to go with us or vice versa, you know, I'm not gonna bash that on you, and there's no reason to. We are standing in a different place, and you might be standing in a different place, but we're standing in humility because we're able to share this with you through this platform. And we want you to understand that humility is not a negative character trait, because I have talked to a lot of my friends that think that humility is a negative character trait, that humility is almost like you're someone's doormat. But it's not true. You're not someone's doormat by being humble. What it is that you acknowledge that you're different. You acknowledge that nothing is superficial for you, that nothing, just because you have a home of your own or you don't have a home, now there's like two different level playing grounds. And it's almost like having, okay, picture this. Picture you going into someone's house, right? And they're offering you, you know, a good beverage. They're offering you snacks and cookies and all this stuff, and they're being very hospitable to you, right? And then you go and they're being at service of you, and then you take that as, oh, they're serving me now, you know, bring me some water, and you're ringing the bell. That's not good, because they're giving you their stuff that they purchased from their hardworking money, and then now you are taking advantage of that, and that's not showing humility. So humility would be like you accepting it and just acknowledging that they're being hospitable, because that's correct. You know, when someone goes, and they don't have to offer you anything. I mean, you can go and them not have hospitality, not offer you water, anything like that. But just really understanding that humbleness is not a negative character trait. Humbleness is just acknowledging that we're all on the same level. We're all doing life together, you know? We don't all have it figured out. We don't. And the people, the billionaires that you think they do, they lack certain things that we don't even see. They had to go through certain things that we don't know that they had to go through. They had to sacrifice certain things. They had to go through a bunch of no's. They had to go through different things that we don't see. And then we just see the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. But guess what? One of their character traits is being humble. And that's what we want you to understand, is that humility is a positive character trait.